Hi everybody, I'm back again with another balloon twisting tutorial. This time we're going to make the Kakamora from Moana. They're the little pirates. They look like coconut characters. And so I'm just going to teach you a basic one, but the cool thing about them is they don't have to be any certain way because there's so many different styles. So I'm just going to teach you a basic one, and let's go over the balloons. And then we'll also talk about the markers that I'm going to use. Actually, I'm going to do that first. Let's pull out the markers here, add more to the side here. Here we go. So I'm just going to use red, white, and black. Okay, it's red, white, and black. Put them over to the side just for a second. And let me show you all the balloons we have here. I have a 350, a brown, then I have these 160s. There's a gray, a green, and a red. And then I also have a blush and a mocha. Okay, so it's quite a few to do this, but the cool thing about this is you'll have, a lot of times you'll have scraps left over and you could use some of these, you know, up to 2 times. Depends on how much of it you're using, so keep that in mind. And the other thing I was going to say is when I twist, I always turn the sound down, so that way you can just follow along and you don't have to hear all the squeaking, which I know for some of you hate the squeaking. I understand. Alright, and then the other thing I was going to add, well, we'll wait to the end to make an addition to it. Okay, so let's get to it. We'll bring the sound down and we'll get started. Here we go. Alright, so the first one we're going to start with is the Mocha 350, and what we're just going to double it over, so we're making 2 segments. There's 1 and number 2, and don't forget to roll your nozzle through there, or pull it through, that way you don't lose your work. So that's all we need of that. So we're going to break off a little bit here. There we go. Alright, and so I'm going to go ahead and tie it, and I am going to pull the tail around there just a little bit. It'll help match the balloon a little bit. There we go, because otherwise it might be a bean shape maybe. There we go. So that really does help, like, collapse it a little bit, which kind of, you know, you can get more of a round shape. So we're moving right to our 160. We are doing 3 pinch twists because in the end I do want to put something in the Kakamora's hand, and so just think it looks better when I do that. So right away I'm just gonna shape the little elbow here. There we go. And then we're gonna add it to the 350 that we just made, and I had dropped that on the floor, so let me go ahead and get that. Okay, and I just pick one of the sides to put it on, and then I'm just winding the balloon around a little bit, all the way around, because I want the legs to be what we work on next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a segment for the leg, and then I'm going to do a loop. That's going to create one of our feet, and then I'm going to do a small bubble and pinch twist that, and then we'll do another bubble. There we go, and that creates our second foot. And I grabbed both of those now, and I just wound them up, and I'm going right back up to where I came from. Give those a twist, and now we got both of our legs. You can kind of see there. I'll adjust them here in just a minute. Fix them, make them look cute. It's cute. It's cute as little coconut feet character can be, I guess, right? Anyway, I just pulled that balloon back up around, and now I'm left with the other arm. That's all we have left. And so look at that character, and maybe you can see another character within that. You know, like I want to say, oh my goodness, what is his name? I want to say Mike from Monsters Inc. You know, he's all eyeball. So maybe if you did a green, you could probably do draw the eye right there, and then just add the little horns on top. Maybe I'm not sure. You know, just thinking out loud here. But anyway, I did the other arm there, and you notice in that other arm, I just did a pinch twist and a loop. Real basic for that hand there, but the other one I did 3 pinch twists just because I said at the end I do want to add something into the hand. So I'm probably thinking about speeding up this section, not sure yet, but what I do is I end up painting on a white heart shape on here, and then just coloring it in. So I would say this part is probably not so exciting, especially since I did not shake the marker. Yeah, I really didn't think that one through. I just get so used to using these markers sometimes that when you're in an event, it's being used over and over, that it's no big deal. It's already shaken, so it comes out no problem. So you can see I'm just about done here. Just filling in little spaces, and we'll be good to go. The reason I'm doing that right now is because I want that to be dry so when I come back later to draw on it, it's ready to go. Now if you look at the character as far as the color goes, there you go, so you can kind of see. Normally that color is like this off white color, like maybe yellowish, and so white has seemed to work just fine. So anyway, like I said, we'll let that dry. In the meantime, right now, this was a piece of 160 that I had left over from another one that I was working on, and so right now we're going to be working on the in this case I did one that is going to have like a little red mohawk kinda. There you go. So I'm just doing two segments there, so you see it's a total of 4. I was treating it as 2 the way I think of it as. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll one of those bubbles through this so we end up with a 4-bubble cluster. Okay, so you can see I'm rolling it through there, so it's landing in place. There you go. And one thing to point out here also, don't skip this. When you do tie this balloon off, leave a tail on the end, your nozzle end. That way you can use it. You'll see right here in just a minute. I'm going to see right now I have a tail end, but I also have a nozzle end. So I want to have that so that way I can tie it. That's what I'm aiming for, because I can keep it in place when I do that. I won't lose my work by doing that, and by having the tail on there also, now I can wrap it around the brown, the main portion of the character, and keep it in place. So there you go. So that's always important when you're working with your balloons and playing with them, to plan ahead a little bit, where you know what is your goal and how am I going to get there, but you know, how can I eliminate a few steps without having to do extra work, and also not compromising the design. So you see I just went around and around. At the end, I did pull it back. I did wrap back around in the opposite direction just to help it stay centered. Okay, so this right now with the red mohawk, I don't know if any people are out there are Hook fans, but when I did the red mohawk, all I could think of was Rufio from the Lost Boys. So anyway, what I'm working on now is I'm going to put a little green bandana on him. So I did a segment with 2 pinch twists, and so I'm just showing you it's going to go at the base of the mohawk. So it's going to go right around there. So I'm putting the pinch twists where I want it to ultimately end up. So I'm just wrapping it around, and I'm just going to roll that into those 2 pinch twists that I made. There we go. And so now I just have a segment to measure, and then I'll break that off. So right now I want one longer than the other. Okay, and so I just move down a little, break there, and now I'll just be able to tie off what I have. There we go. All done. And then, like an animal, true to form, I bite that piece of the balloon. I would advise against that when you're in an event. Don't bite the balloons if you don't have to. I think the people would think, golly, someone needs to feed the balloon guy. He's biting the balloons. So anyway, we're moving on to an axe. We're gonna put a little axe. I wanted to do a little spear, but I didn't like that it wouldn't come to a point very well. For some of you guys that you have a solution for that already, I would definitely do that, but I just like the axe. It has good impact, or like a little tomahawk. So you see I did a loop, and then I did a bigger loop, and then I shaped it. So you saw me pinching the corners there. So you can see we can kind of give it a good shape right there. There we go. Okay. And so our last balloon that we're working with is it's our blush, and we're going to be using the blush to make the handle of the tomahawk. There we go. So you see I made 2 pinch twists, and so what I'm doing is I wrap that balloon around back to the pinch twist. Basically the same idea that I did with the bandana, just coming right back around to those pinch twists. And what they'll do is they'll give it some structure, and it'll help hold it in place. It'll be nice and firm. A lot of, help create some friction there to hold it in place, so your tomahawk is not falling all over the metal part of the tomahawk. The sharp part is not just falling all over the place. It really keeps it there for you. So and now I'm just taking that little tail that I had left over that I tied off from. I'm just going to go and wrap it into that one hand that had the 3 pinch twists in it, and it'll help hold it in place. So there you go. Alright, hope you enjoyed this design. We're to the art part. I'm just adjusting a little bit. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we made it to the end of the design. So you can see far as twisting goes, it's not really demanding in regards to the techniques being used. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of artwork. But let me make it quick though. I'm gonna do real basic artwork on this. So you notice when I did that it was like a heart shape. So I'm gonna keep the eyes. I want him to be, since he has a weapon, try to make him mean. So we're definitely gonna do the eyes like right away, like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and we'll say that's the eyebrows, and so we'll do it. Go ahead and add the eyes also. So I'll show you the shape here. Okay, I'll hold it up there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hopefully that was enough. All right, and we'll make him. We're gonna make him kind of mad there. Okay. All right. And I'm just gonna do a top row of teeth. There we go. Okay. And so the last thing we're gonna do in regards to artwork is we're just gonna add a little bit of red. And another thing you could do too, if you want to outline that black, you could definitely outline the black, or excuse me, the white. Outline that shape. But in regards to the rest of this, we're just going to do a few red dots and a couple spots right here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you found that not too hard to do. Let me hold it up there one more time. There you go. 1, 2. All right. And another thing you could do is you could always attach this little guy to a bracelet if you wanted to. I have some of this balloon scrap left over. Let me go ahead and bring the sound down just for a second. We'll add it to a little bracelet. There we go, we've made it to the end now. So anyway, hopefully you found the design not too challenging, but just something you can add to your repertoire just because that movie's out right now, and maybe you already have been making Moana and Hey, and I've seen people doing the little pig, I think Pua, and so this is just another character you can make right there. Alrighty. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Happy twisting. Bye.